Okay, welcome to the first lesson in this 4 months boot camp. We are starting with an introduction to project management.
Yeah.
So, and from there we do other things. So, briefly, let me know have you taken any project management or any introductory level before?
You mean the course?
Yeah, like your background. Do you know much about project management as a
No.
kind of certification, or we have so many certifications? You've not taken any certification?
No, I haven't.
Okay, good. We are going to start from the beginning so that you have to understand every concept of
Project management.
project management.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll start presenting. Okay. Yeah, let's see. We're not going to dive into different types of introduction to project management. Let's just understand project management just from a very clear concept. What is project management? Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirement. It involves initiating, planning, executing, and monitoring and controlling project activities to achieve specific goals within a defined constraint. This constraint is very important. Defined constraint. What are these defined constraints? Everything you have to do is working to achieve your specific goal within this defined constraint. This constraint is, we talk about timeline, we talk about budget, and the project scope. So these are the constraints. So you have to initiate, you have to plan, you have to execute, you have to monitor every activities to make sure that if you are given a specific amount of money as budget, you are not going above that budget. So that is a constraint. If you have a timeline, like say you're working within a 4 months timeline, like this, our project now is 4 months project, you are not going above this timeline. So this is very important. It's very important for a project manager to manage resources very well, so you can't go against these constraints. We're going to look at more about these constraints as well, because everything is going to call it 3 T's in project management. So as we are going to look more on this. And looking at these various stages involved here, from initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, we call it life cycle in project management. Life cycle. And these are stages of life cycle. Just like you, a human being, your life is a project, and starting from when we are born as a baby, you become a toddler, you become a teenager, you become an adult, you become an elderly person. These are various stages in your life till the person then gone to meet the creator. So that's when the project of a human being ends. So every other things we do, we apply this type of life cycles. We are going to look at life cycle in details, but these are various stages of life cycle. This life cycle is revolving around this defined three constraints. This constraint here is you say timeline,
Scope.
timeline, scope,
Yeah.
scope, and what's the third one?
Budget.
And budget. Budget. So these are the three T's. Everything you are doing is around these three T's. So, okay. Let's look at why this project management has become so important to our daily lives, not just to organization. It's a very big topic everywhere around the world because everything we do is a project. Our life is a project. A mother, you want to have a baby. This is a project, 9 months project. You know what I'm talking about. And when you have these babies, raising them up from every is a big. So project is something we need to understand, not even applying it in the organization. Even when you are cooking, it's a project. After cooking, even if you want to have a lunch, breakfast, everything, these are mini projects we do every day. And it's important that because every of this activity we make budgets, we have timeline. You as a mother, you go for shopping. If you don't make a budget and you have a defined, but if you don't have a plan within a defined budget of money, like if you want to go for market, you say my weekly shopping is £100. You need to plan for it because it's a project. If you don't plan within that budget, you can go to shopping mall and you see a Brazilian hair and you forget your priority. And when you come back, you start crying. So that's why you plan on everything. And you have to work with the time. If you have a school run to attend and you've gone for shopping, you need to make your shopping within the time frame you want it. If it's 30 minutes, so you can come back and plan. But if you don't have a budget, you can go to shopping mall and you can see a friend. You start gossiping, you start doing this, and you mess around with your timeline for school. So that's why it applies this way in everything we do and organization. So the project management plays a crucial role in ensuring successful deliveries of projects across various industries. It helps organizations to achieve their objectives. Number one, by ensuring that project goals are clearly defined and aligned with organizational objectives. Every project you plan or execute, it must have alignment with overall organizational objective. Number two, optimizing the allocation of resources to maximize efficiency and minimize costs. If your resource allocation is not duly managed very well, this is a very big issue. You know, we can call it, if you go to public sector, we call it misappropriation of fund. When you don't manage your resources very well, you can use it and apply it in what is not meant to use. In your project as well, resource allocation is very key. So, and this is one of the major reasons companies are looking for project managers. A good project manager must be very key in resource allocation. You must know how to manage resources, because when a budget is already approved for a project, it's very difficult to get an extra budget, or call it supplementary budget. You have to write, you have to try to convince, and your reputation is online because they're already looking at you, what's going on. So, but we're going to talk about all those resource management, contingency plan, and the rest of them as we progress. This is just introductory level. So, number 3, facilitating effective communication and collaboration among project stakeholders. A good project management approach, or a good project manager, when you apply project management strategy very well, you will not have any issue with any stakeholder, because it will help you to have a good communication plan. We call it communication plan. You plan your communication very well. You must have a good communication plan. Have a stakeholder register, do your stakeholder analysis, and with that, the issue of if you are going for interview, one of the questions they are going to ask you is, how do you manage your stakeholders, and how do you manage difficult stakeholders? Most of the issue of difficult stakeholders arises when there is no good communication. But when you have good communication, you find out you are on the same page with stakeholders at all time, and that will minimize the issue of having conflict among stakeholders. So good communication is key. Mitigating risk and addressing challenges proactively to minimize disruption. In project management, you must know how to manage risk. Risk management is something that if you don't know have a good risk management strategy in place or risk plan, your project will be a mess. So you must capture risk before the risk becomes an issue. So risk is a potential issue. An issue is a risk that has already happened. So you must try as much as you can to make sure you capture a risk before it happened. And having good risk management strategy, like have transfer of risk, ownership of risk, you must have a plan to manage risk depending on their type, their priority, their impact. So these are very key. And all these are why we have project management in place. Then number 5, importance of project management is providing a structured approach to project execution, leading to improved project outcome and customer satisfaction. This structured approach is when you break project down into various structures, understanding every stage within the project's life cycle and knowing what to do at every point. This is a good structure of a project management. Then let's look at the concept, key concept and technologies, and looking at the key concepts and their terminologies. Here in project management, there are some words or some terminologies that you need to, not just understand it. You have to cram it. You have to understand it. You have to know what it means, because it's something you have to be speaking. It becomes your language as a project manager, and you know what to do. These are common concepts and terminologies in project management. Number 1 is project. You must understand what project needs from every perspective. If somebody is looking at a project from the backside, you must understand it. From the sideway, from the front, any angle they are talking about project, you must understand project of various sizes. Big project, small project, project methodology. Is it agile? That is project. So you must understand project. And a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. So you must understand that this is what is a project. That project is not forever. Project is temporary. Project must have timeline. Project must produce results. Project must be unique. So if you understand it this way, then that is number one, that you really know what project is all about. Then we have project management. After understanding that project is temporary, project is unique, project must provide or produce a result. So how do you manage this project to produce or come up with a desired result? This is where we come up with project management. Project management is an application. You apply it to project. It is the application of knowledge, is the application of skills, is application of tools, is application of techniques to a project activity to meet the project requirement. So you keep on applying this knowledge you've gathered here, the skills you've gathered here, the tools you've gathered here, and the techniques you've gathered here on top of this number one, which is project. So you apply it. So that is number two, terminology or concept you need to understand very well. Understanding that is an application of knowledge, skills, tools, techniques. Then we have these triple constraints we already spoke about. This triple constraint, everything in projects, when you're applying this, your skills, applying this, your tools, your knowledge, your techniques, everything you're applying revolves around these three constraints. It revolves around time to make sure that you don't exceed the timeline. It revolves around the cost, making sure that you stay within the budget. And every project have a scope. Before the project starts, the project will be defined, the scope will be defined within the project charter. We are coming with so many documentation in projects. So in project charter, they must state the scope. The scope means the boundary. There is a boundary in every project. You cannot, no matter how you want to help, you cannot cross your boundary in project management. I'll give you an example of a scope in a very short while. For instance, if you are creating a website, and this website is just for news website, then everything you must is for how to create a news, create articles. We know that is good for, and we know that so many news websites, they have shopping carts. You can equally make shopping there at the beginning. No matter how good you are, and even if you have time, and shopping is not part of it, you cannot add a shopping cart. So this is a scope. You must focus on blogging, blog features that will help to create good news, not making shopping. This is a scope. So in every project, a scope must be defined, and we call it in scope and out of scope. If it's possible, we must create all the out of scope within that environment. so that you won't venture out of that scope of that project and remain in scope. So everything we plan, all this application is revolving around this project within these three constraints. And then the next thing is stakeholders. Who owns this project? Stakeholders. Everything you do is to make them happy. Their happiness is that you are delivering this project within their scope. You are delivering this project within the budget you've agreed. You're delivering this project within the time frame. That is what is going to make them happy. So there are individuals or group who have an interest in the project or the outcome. It's not only the owners or the sponsors or the people that is financing the project are the stakeholders. Customers as well as stakeholders. Because when you produce a product that they don't like, it's going to be a problem. So you must try as much as you can to reconcile the interests of the sponsors and the and the customers or the end users. In project or in IT, we call both all the end users customers. Anybody that is using the product is a customer. We call them end user. So when you see customer, see end user being used interchangeably, they are the same thing in project. They are all the same thing. Who is the customer? The person that is like, I'm using this particular software here. This is Google Doc. Is a product, and I'm using this product now to for my training, for my workshop. So I'm an end user. So everything they are doing, they would like to make sure that I'm happy using this product, because whatever they are producing it for me. The owner of this product might not even have time to use this product, although he sponsor this product, finance these products so that customers can use it. But he might not, have time to use it. So everything is to make me happy, the customer, and then make them happy, because make sure that their investment is justified. So as a project manager, you must have a plan to make these stakeholders happy. All the people that have interest in this, you must make them happy. You must have a communication plan to carry them along in all the things you do. Nothing happened to them. You can't take any decision in isolation. You take decision, you consult them. Although you are the project leader, as a project manager, you lead the project, but you must have a good relationship with your stakeholder. They are key. Then we have the leader here. The leader in this project is the project manager. He leads this project. He drives this project. This is the individual responsible for leading the project team and ensuring that the project is successfully delivered within the agreed project objectives. That is the duty of a project manager. You work so hard to make sure that this project is delivered on time, this project delivered within the cost agreed, that is budget, and within the scope. That is what you do as a project manager. So this is the key concept. There are so many other, but these are the key which you need to know, understand it from the beginning. So as we progress, you see so many terminologies, but understand these keys before we start progressing in other areas of project management. Then we have project roles in project management.
Yeah.
In a project, we have I will have opportunity for questions when we finish. So if you have any question, just write it down. And when we are done, you can then fire your questions. Then we have roles in project management. Successful project execution requires diverse team with defined roles and responsibilities. Project is not executed alone by the project manager. We have a team of what we call cross-functional team. Cross-functional here means that these are people with different function or different domain or expertise. You are a professional in some areas, like we have developers, we have this is the project team, and then within the project, not only that project team, we have stakeholders as well. Stakeholders can be, like I said earlier, not only the people that brings the money, the financiers. They are not only the stakeholders. They are all the people that have interests. They can be end users. And that's why we have to break sponsors away from these stakeholders. So because of the importance of the sponsor. So these are major roles. Number one is the project manager, being the leader of the project. Number two, project team members. Team members here are different people with different skill and experts. It can be business analysts, it can be developers, it can be testers, can be quality assurance managers, different roles. But the project manager remains the leader. So everybody report to the project manager. The project manager becomes accountable to every activity. Although some of these key members might have their responsibilities within the project, what you do, but the overall accountability of the project still reside within the project manager. So the project manager remains accountable for the success or failure of this project. The stakeholders here are people affected. So some of them here might not be active, have active participants in this project, like the end users. Yeah, it's good to carry them along for them to know what is going on. But so many of the end users, they are just there to use the end result of that product or services you are trying to create via that project. And then the sponsor are the people that brings the money. They are the financial. They bring the financial resources and support the project manager to make sure that this project comes out to their, utmost benefit or within their expectation. If you are working for an external stakeholder, you can call the external stakeholder a client. In so many cases, sponsors are not only clients, they can be senior managers within the organization. If you are working within your organization, we have different departments. We have finance department, we have an account department, we have marketing department, we have sales department. These are departments. Within this department, we have head of department or senior manager. So these are managers that can initiate a project within their department or within their unit. For instance, a marketing manager can initiate a CRM project within the marketing. So in a situation like that, that marketing manager becomes the sponsor. And you, the project manager, you make sure that you carry this person along, because this person have to do everything to get this approval for this CRM. So he is the sponsor. But in a situation, your company is working for another company to build a CRM system, not within your company, but for another company. That company becomes the client, they are stakeholders, and they are equally the sponsor at this level. So you have to understand the nature of stakeholders. We have external stakeholders, we have internal stakeholders. If within the organization, they are internal stakeholders. Within outside the organization, they are external stakeholders. But when we get to stakeholder management, we have to look deeply into that. Then, now we are taking this boot camp. I know what should be in your mind. What can I do after this? What are the opportunities presented before me after this boot camp? What are the kind of roles I will apply? And this is here we come. We have various professional career roles in project management. We have roles like project manager, project coordinator, project scheduler, business analyst, risk manager, quality assurance manager, and change management specialist, project management officer. All these are various roles in project management. But as
oh God,
the
sorry.
most prominent role, the most prominent out of these, or the number one, is the project manager. So the project manager is responsible for overseeing the entire project life cycle from initiate to closure, ensuring that the project objectives are met on time and on budget and according to the standard. They lead the team, they lead the project team, develop project plan, allocate resources, manage risk, and communicate with the stakeholders. So these are your key responsibilities as a project manager. So it's a key role in project management. Once we finish this course, you should be able to take a role as a project manager. Even if you cannot take a role as a senior project manager, we have stages of project manager roles. At least you can take a role like a junior project manager and start building up. And this is why we have project coordinator. Project coordinator is a junior role to project manager. So many people that are just finishing a course without any experience in project management do take this role that is a step down from project manager. We call it project coordinator. Alternatively, or in other words, we can call it junior project manager. So they work along with the project manager. They assist the project manager. They're just like an assistant to the project manager. The project coordinator assists the project manager in coordinating project activities, managing schedules, tracking project progress, and communicating with team members and stakeholders. They may also be responsible for administrative tasks such as documentation and reporting. So most people, this is where you can start your career as a project manager. So if you are starting, if you are very fast, you can go for project manager. But if you want to give yourself time to build confidence, you can start from project coordinator. And there are so many jobs available for all these roles, whether project manager or coordinator. Then we have project scheduler. Project scheduler is similar to project coordinator, but it depends on the industry where you are working. Project schedulers mainly within the construction industry. Alternatively, or in other words, we can call them project planner. So the project scheduler is responsible for developing and maintaining project schedule, timeline, milestone, and using software tools like Microsoft Project or Primavera PCs. That's the kind of tools they will be using. In our own, most project managers uses Microsoft Project. Primavera is still good, but is mainly used in construction or railway industries. These are some of the tools we are going to be looking at. So this is what the project scheduler do. They ensure that the project activities are sequential, sequence logically, resources are located efficiently, and the critical paths are defined and identified to meet the project deadline. So this is what the project scheduler do. They are not project manager, or the project scheduler, we can call it project planner. Let's see, project scheduler or planner. So project planner. So these are two. This one, project coordinator. You can equally call this project coordinator, because when you're applying for a job, you can start seeing so many names. This can equally be called project support officer. So project support can just, some people, so many companies, they call it project support officer. And whether you see project support officer or you see project coordinator, they are the same thing. They are one step away from being a project manager. The ultimate responsibility is providing assistance to the project manager. Likewise, project scheduler and planner depends on the organization or the industry you find yourself. That determine the name they will call it. Then we'll have business analysts. Business analysts work closely with stakeholders to identify project requirements, gather and analyze data, and develop business cases or project charter. They translate business need into project objectives, scopes, and deliverables, ensuring alignment with organizational goals and responsibilities. So, you see, business analyst is always in every project, because they are the people that captures the requirement, captures the need, and analyze the need and develop business case to justify the reason why this project should exist, or why this project should go on. And in most cases, they keep on monitoring the project with the project manager to make sure that the project is in line with the requirement they documented, because they document this requirement. So they monitor to see that the project is within the both business requirements and technical requirements documented. So they always work in every project. So in so many cases, business analysts are equally good project managers. In so many cases, you will see yourself as a business analyst and you'll be doing the job of a project manager. In this case, you see, we call it hybrid role. Businessman, so many small companies that don't have enough money to hire both project manager and business analyst, they can hire a business analyst that will be doing the work of a project manager. So many experienced business analysts are project managers. But if you are not experienced enough as a project manager, you cannot do the work of a business analyst. So a business analyst can get up and start working as a project manager over time. It's difficult for a project manager to start working as a business analyst. You know, you need, because they have a lot of technical knowledge for requirement gathering and requirement analysis, which the project managers don't really have that kind of. But an experienced project manager who have gone through becoming a business analyst to become a project manager can do everything that a business analyst does. Then we have risk managers. These are other roles that can be done within the, depending the size of the organization. If it's a large organization, they can decide to have a risk manager looking and managing risk in various projects going on. But if they don't have that kind of role, a project manager manages project risk very well. So a risk manager identifies, assess, and manage risk throughout the project life cycle, developing risk management plans, strategies, and mitigation measures to minimize the impact of potential threats or uncertainties on project success. They analyze risk factors, prioritize risk, monitor risk triggers to implement timely intervention. So this is what project managers does. But if in a way where they are creating a role as a risk manager, this is what risk manager does. But in so many companies, there's nothing like risk manager. This is the job of a project manager. Then we have quality assurance manager. This is similar like a risk manager. In so many companies where they have a large size organization, they have quality assurance managers or testers. But in a medium or small organization where they are very mindful of their cost, this particular role or these activities remains within the domain of business analysts. So the quality assurance manager ensures that project deliverables meet quality standard and customer expectation by developing quality management plan, conducting quality audit, and implementing quality control measure. They monitor projects process, identifies areas of improvement, and implementing corrective measures to ensure project quality and performance. Some companies call these people testers, meaning that they are the people that create test cases, test plans, test scenarios to test the quality of the work being delivered, to test the quality of deliverables, to make sure that every project deliverable meets the acceptance criteria within that project. These are criteria that are defined before the execution. So these are some of the jobs they do. But when we start talking about acceptance criteria, is within agile environment anyway. But these are the job of a quality assurance manager. Where there is no quality assurance manager, business analysts can do this very well as well. And the project manager as well need to know how to, audit the quality of work being produced by the team members. So both project manager and the business analyst can come into this shoe where there is no one or no role as a quality assurance manager within the organization or within the project team. Then we have change management specialists. Change management specialists or change managers, as they call it, These are the people, the change man, these specialists facilitate organizational change, initiate related to the project implementation. They do that by assessing change impact, develop change management plans, and engage stakeholders to ensure smooth transition. Equally, business analyst does this job where there is none one like this to do this, but is a well-known profession within change, project management. So many companies are beginning to employ change management specialists due to the fact that during change in a project, we always, project managers and the business, and they counter what we call resistance to change when they are trying to bring innovation or bring a change. We find out there's, when the change is not properly managed, you see a lot of resistance from the member of staffs or the end users of that particular product. I will use an example of a change when a company is now trying to implement a different type of CRM system from the one they have been using for the past 15 years. You know, they want to introduce a new CRM system. That CRM system, maybe a lot of people have been working on that CRM system in that organization for 15 years, 20 years. You find out that this is what they know. They don't know any other thing. And all of a sudden, you as a business analyst, you come into the organization, you try to introduce a change based on the challenges they are having. You want them to migrate from one CRM system to another complex CRM system. It means that all the knowledge they have built within that particular CRM system, which we call it the current state, they are going to lose those skills to manipulate that particular product or that particular application or that particular system. They have to start all over again to learn how to use a new CRM system. So many of them will say, no, we are not going to do that. And these people, most of them have paid their dues in the organization. You find out that these kind of people, you cannot push them around. You can't impose such change on them. And this is where the change management comes in. So the change management specialist will develop a change plan, which some of them will become sensitization. You need to sensitize them on the importance of this change, the value this change is going to bring, the innovation this change is going to change, the revenue stream or the waste this change is going to bring within their system. And not only that, you need to encourage them by letting them know that there will be adequate training after the implementation of the new system. They are going to be trained. They are going to be given time to adapt to the new system. These are what we call change management strategy for effective and smooth transition from one system to another. This is what these people are doing. It's not easy to change from one system to another system. You might be hearing it's not easy, just you can say just migration from let's say SAP is a system and SAP is a vendor. They have a lot of application within SAPs. And then we have a lot of application within Dynamics, which is Microsoft product. You come, you want to migrate a CRM system from SAP to Dynamics. This is a big change. Some people will say, no, we are not buying this change. So the change managers will work, make sure that there is understanding. You lay foundation for understanding, smooth transition. So these are some of the jobs business analysts have to do. In so many organizations, as a matter of fact, in all the companies I've worked, they don't have change managers. So the business analyst does this as well. Then we have PMO. We call it Project Management Officer. Some people confuses them with project managers. No, this is a distinct role from project manager. So these people are they are the auditors in project management. They policies what the project managers does. If you come to a company, organization, we can have up to 20 projects going on at the same time with different project managers. So this project management officer will have an office. They create office for project management. So there should be an office where they manage all these 20 projects going on simultaneously at the same time. What do they do? The PMOs oversees the project management office, which provides governance, support, and oversight for project management practice and standard within an organization. They establish and maintain project management methodologies, tools, processes, and provide guidance and support to project managers and team to ensure consistency and alignment with the organizational goals and objectives. So this is what they do. They provide methodology. These are the people who say, okay, after a big collaborative workshop to decide which methodology we've adopted, agile methodology. In this organization, what we are going to use in our project management is agile methodology. These project management officers will make sure that every project manager complies within project management. Every project manager must use agile methodology in managing their project. Not only that, they provide the appropriate tool within every methodology to manage that project. If they say we are going to be using MS projects, they make sure that everybody uses MS project. If you don't have the knowledge of using MS projects, they will provide training, everything. They encourage that is support to make sure that you know how to use methodologies and tools and processes. They provide guidance as well, and support, and equally governance. Governance here means that you must adhere to the rule of the organization. These people, they produce various templates you can use in managing. So if you know how to create a process map, for instance, they must say, okay, if you want to create a process map, this is what, because some people knows how to use only software like Lucidchart. They say in our organization, we don't use Lucidchart. What we use is Visio. And they make sure you comply. Although if you use Lucidchart, it's still good. It's still going to produce good, but a company have a goal. So once we join in, it's good for you as a project manager to interface with this project management officer or office to understand the way they govern project management within the organization, understand the tools available, understand methodologies available. So this is what these people does, and this role is becoming increasingly in demand. The demand is beginning to rise over time. So if after this training, these are some of the roles you can equally start applying. They are not too technical like project manager, and they are not of too much responsibility like you can see their own is providing support, governance, and guidance. A lot of people start their career from this, but we don't have as many opportunities like we have in project manager job. So these are various roles. They will have other roles in IT which can, but when you finish this course, these are some of the areas you might consider. In business analysis, when you finish this particular training, you might not be applying for business analyst. You need more training to get you start applying as a business analyst. I have to be honest with you. But you can apply for any of these roles, based on their level of understanding and how quick you grasp things when you finish this. So you can see there are numerous opportunities out there for you. It's not just for you to go and be a project manager. It builds you to know or practice as a coordinator, planner, risk manager, and so many of them here. So that is what we have. And more resources on this. We have some areas where you can just jump in on your own, want to make your personal research. PMI Institute is well recognized institute. If you go to their website, they always be talking about project management. You get to see a lot of articles, resources, certifications, a lot of things you can access from PMI. It's globally recognized. We have International Management Project Management, International Project Management Association. IPMA is equally global. Then we have textbook called Project Management Body of Knowledge. So you can get a one because you need to start building your library. I think I used to have this, the soft copy of this. I will get it and share with some of you to use, because if you want to buy it, I think it's around it's up to 30 quid, or I don't know the price now because I think the last time the price has gone up. But I will see where I've got my own, and they always have version. But these are some of the textbook which you can always refer if you want to know more theory. But what I'm doing here, I'm not a theory-based teacher. I prefer practice because out there, nobody cares about how theoretical you are. They want to know what you can do. Practical, you need to do it and show them you can do it, because what we are doing there is practical. And that's why we have a live project management session attached at the end of this training for you to manage project live and got that practical experience. So, conclusively, project management is a critical discipline that drives success in organization across industries. By understanding the fundamentals, key concept, rules, you will be better equipped to navigate the complexity of project execution and deliver successful outcome. This complexity is real. Complexity of project execution is real. Project management is not easy, but once you know it very well, it's very sweet. So that is it. And the next class we'll be looking at the fundamental. We need to, this what we are just doing, this just introduction to get to understand key terms, and but it's time to start diving into the key fundamentals in project management, and that's what we'll be discussing in our next class. So if you have any question at this point, I'm so much ready to take your question.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, thank you for this section. So I just have a few questions. First, I want to know if you're going to give us this script, maybe by the end of the class or something. This particular one.
Yeah, I'll do that. But if you go to our course portal, everything is there.
Okay.
If you go to course portal, the lecture note is there. I always leave the lecture notes in the course portal before the
Oh,
class, so you can go have a look. And by the time we are uploading this video, we are going to equally provide the whole content there. So there is no need of sharing script because everything is there. From the course portal, if you want to get it from the course portal, you get it from the course portal. That's the way I do it, and sharing documents here and there.
okay. Okay, so there's something confusing me. Project management is actually a temporal role. So when you get a permanent job, what do you do in the company permanently?
I didn't say project manager is a temporal role.
Okay.
I said project.
Okay, projects. Okay.
It is a temporal endeavor.
Endeavor. Okay.
Project is when you are an endeavor that's happened from time. You must have a time frame. So you can't say project, but let me get back there. You see it. A project is not project manager is not a temporal endeavor. So here I said here, you see, this is what I say, project.
Okay. Yes, yes, I'm saying it.
Project is a temporal endeavor.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
project is like when we want to implement a CRM system or ERP system for a company.
Yeah.
This is a big project for a company. And then we'll say, how long is this project going to last? How long is it going to take us to implement this solution? We say it's going to take us 6 months to implement this solution. Then that is a project.
Yeah.
And who is going to implement this solution? A team. Who is going to lead this team? Project manager. So project manager have the responsibility for leading a project team in a project. But project is an endeavor which is temporal. Temporal means that it cannot last forever. It's not permanent.
Yeah.
Something that is permanent is something, if you start it, you continue to work on this project till Jesus come and pick us. But no project happens that way. So that's why we call it a temporal. Even if the project lasts for 10 years, it's still temporal.
Yeah. Okay.
And the project manager, so project manager, there are so many contract roles. If you depend on what the organization, depending on what the organization wants. If they are looking for a contract project manager, you come and once you finish the project, you can go. Some company will hire you permanently. You work with them permanently, so that whenever they have project, you'll be there for them, and they want you to be there for them because you have understand the way they do things. You have been know their culture, and you have the experience. All the experience you'll be building, they want to keep you as part of their resources. But some, because they don't have money to pay you, and maybe they don't have a lot of projects coming up, they will hire you for the duration of that project. If the project is 6 months, they look for a project manager that will work for them for that 6 months. So once the project ends, you go. But it depends on. So many people prefer working on contract because contract jobs, they pay high. Like you see project manager jobs, contract project manager, they will pay you between 400 to 500 pounds a day. But in a permanent position, that job, they can be paying you like 50 to 60,000 a year. So if you look at it, the permanent job will give you security. You have a place to work till you want to leave.
Yeah.
Contract job will give you quick money, but After then, you might stay at home
Out
for
of
like
the-
months without a job.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I mean, project is temporal. Project manager is not a temporal. Well, it depends on what the organization wants. They can look for a temporary project manager or a permanent project manager, but every project is temporal.
Yes. Yeah. That answers the question. Thank you. I don't know. Let me ask this one also. I know that our project management is based on IT projects.
Mm.
But can we work on hospital projects also? That's health project because I'm unfamiliar with this field.
Let me tell you, IT, what is IT? Is there an industry called IT?
No, hospital has IT also. They operate IT.
So some people get confused when they say IT, they say even education is a big IT. For instance, what I'm doing in this school, is it not education?
Yeah, it
This
is.
platform we are using, this LMS platform we are using, is a big technology.
Yeah.
If I don't have the skills to build it or
Mm.
to do it, I will hire a team of project experts to come and do this for me. So in every industry, whether you want to work in NHS or healthcare, you want to work in transport and logistics, you want to work in bank, as a project manager, the things you are going to be doing for bank, these are things you are going to be doing for NHS. I'll give you a good example.
Okay.
A good example is, let's say you have good knowledge of, you've implemented a Dynamics 365 ERP. That ERP is a software or application to manage, ERP is an application to manage finance in an organization.
Yeah.
What is finance? Finance is the incoming and the outgoing. That is account receivable and account payable. The money that is coming into the company and their expenditure. How does money come in and how money goes out? We have application to manage it. So every organization uses finance. Health care uses finance. Banks, they use finance. And another area is HR.
Yeah.
Every organization have HR department. Another area is marketing. Every area have marketing.
Yeah.
Another area is customer services. Like if you want to implement CRM, every organization have CRM. CRM, that is customers. In hospital, who are their customers?
Patients.
Patients. So they need a good CRM system to manage patients' data, their record. These are solutions you can be implementing. Patients, which is CRM system, data management, data governance. All these things are project management. So
yes.
Once you finish, you should be able to do all those things. You are not going to the hospital to be
Working in the lab.
doing a surgery to no. All you'll be doing is managing their infrastructure. In short, these days, hospitals use more sophisticated technologies and solutions than any other area. And who does that? Project managers, business analysts, NHS are recruiting, they are heavily recruiting IT project managers and business analysts on daily basis.
Yeah.
Because their record, they have extensive record of patients that need to be protected from external threat, like they need top-notch cyber security. A lot of IT, the level of IT in the health sector is big,
Yeah.
very, very big. So, but if you are working, I will advise you not to, because you are limiting yourself. So you are going to work in this place. It's going to be frustrating. All you need to do is understand this trade or this profession very well. Anywhere they call you, you go there and provide services for them.
Yes. All right. Thank you, sir. I understand it now.
All right. Yeah. Um, Sheun, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
All right. This is a bonus class for you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any question?
I actually wanted to ask before, so before the lady speaks. So I wanted
Okay.
to ask that
I'm not hearing you very well. You are very far away from your device.
I want to ask that after this training, can what other training do I need to have to have enough knowledge to go into business analysis fully, or can I just start with a probably a lower position, or how can we go about it after we have gone through all the training? Is it like a way
After
forward?
all this training, you have the opportunity to let me put yourself on mute so that I'll stop recording. So, like like I said, after this training, you can start applying as a junior business analyst, or you can start applying as a business analyst, depending on how quick you are and their level of understanding. Because we are going to provide a an avenue for you, a live project where you can practice as a business analyst, work along with project manager to manage a project throughout the project life cycle. And that is what every company will be looking for you or requiring you to do. So once you can be able to manage a project fully or participate in, let me say, use the word participate in a project as a business analyst within the full project life cycle, then you are a full-fledged business analyst. And you can apply as a business analyst in any job you see, you know. So that is it. You don't need any, but if you want to grow more, have more knowledge, become as you are growing, you want to become a senior business analyst, you want to become a consultant, you want to decorate your CV with certification, then you can start going forward to do more certification. Maybe you have to do certification as a product owner, or you try to even, these are so many other certification, or you try to become a subject matter expert. You can start building training on environment or ecosystem like Dynamics 365 to get to become a functional consultant, Dynamics 365 functional consultant, ServiceNow functional consultant, SAP functional consultant. These are areas you might say, okay, or you can equally go forward to take some certification in Six Sigma to build on your belt. In Six Sigma, we have up to 4 belts: white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt. These are what are going to make you a senior project manager. But before you get to the role of a senior business analyst, we have junior business analyst, we have a mid business analyst, and we have a senior business analyst. This is how they grow. In project management, we have project coordinator, project manager, senior project manager. That is the hierarchy when you are starting. Are you getting it now? Okay. If you have any question, you let me. Any more question, you let me know. If you don't have any questions, then I will. Oluwaseun, do you have any more questions?
No, that's all. That's all.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining tonight. And like I said, Shehu, I don't know if you've because you're supposed to be started your training in business analysis. I asked you to go watch, and then we'll create a time for us to come and have interactive. I'm looking at creating time for us to have interactive session to understand their challenges, and that is how we are going to start building it. For this project management, we don't have any updated content, and that's why we are starting this from here, fresh content. But in our business analysis, our content is very fresh.
Yeah, I've been going through I've been watching the videos, so because I'm checking the course website every day, and I'm watching the videos. So I'm just taking it step by step. So I think
Okay, we are going to have
next week.
time to interact.
Yeah, yes. So by next week, I'm going to be able to finish the videos, because I just want to make sure I watch everything, then have notes down as well. I'm taking notes down.
Okay, no problems.
Yes.
All right, and good night, everyone.
All right, sir. Good night.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Bye.